Jake, do you remember the clock set?
Yeah.
You remember what Sam did?
He almost broke the camera. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Tell me about that moment. How did it go down?
Not well. The problem is, Sam has a way of communicating.
What's up? Welcome to day one of Corridor Digital's shoot Smartest Smartwatch. We are at Mig's Clock Shop, which is really just a garage and a guest house that has clock materials. Sam and Cameron are just arriving and we're gonna get things going.
5% of plan, and we need to get to like 90% before we can really start doing anything today. So my first priority is just figuring out everything. The old natural bloomy daylight kind of approach. I forgot bringing the hazer. What? 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 What?
What do you take us for, huh?
What? Oh man.
Hazy clock shop.
All right, let's bring the hazer. Yeah.
Guys,
shut up.
I'm setting up the camera.
You're not
Subscribe. There's
I am now.
sticking out of the freaking box.
Sam came over, we had a whole discussion about when we were gonna
Subscribe to this.
and then Gorski was like, comes over with his grubby fingies, starts putting them all over this box. You know how, hey, you know how opening things is in this studio. Saw the way you looked at her.
So frustrating, especially when you amp up the drama for the camera.
Not amping up the drama for the camera.
This is authentic. It's
You wanna open it?
Is it an electric scooter?
Oh, this is the scooter. Yes.
I don't think this is a scooter.
Yes, that's an actual scooter.
I know the difference between a scooter box.
How many guys does it take to open a box?
I'm just staying clear of this blade.
Another box here.
It's definitely a scooter.
Why be normal?
Dude, I love their use of spelling.
Christian is absolutely certain it is not a scooter.
Is it a shake weight?
The hub motor skateboard.
Why would they have a scooter on the box?
Oh, I know this one! I know this one!
Damn, dude.
Wow.
Leveling up, dude. Every board we get is like better than the last one.
Dude, do they make anything other than electric skateboards? Yeah, it's like.
I need to learn
There's an
how to-
entire market for electric bikes.
Subscribe.
Electric scooters?
Look at this thing.
Those are huge motors.
This thing is
Subscribe.
crazy.
I need to learn how to ride electric longboards.
Yeah, I think it's time. I think it's time we learn how to ride these.
Just fixed a clock the other day and the hands were about 1/4 of an inch long. So I took hands like that and used little file and scissors and made hands for the clock because they don't make hands that are 1/4 inch long anymore. I mean, tools that you can't buy anymore. Grinders and stuff. Yeah. I made my fiance's engagement ring, or my wife's engagement ring right here. With
That's
like
pretty cool.
Old wood
That's
engagement ring.
really cool.
Yeah. You can't buy this stuff. These are all for boring out holes and stuff. So you have brooches that
Wait,
cut
so
a hole.
you can't buy these tools anymore?
They don't make these kind of tools. They'll make these, but not like they used to
like
50 years ago. kind of
Gotcha,
thing.
gotcha.
Where it's like these are gonna last another 1,000 years. The ones they make now will last you, 5 or 6, and they'll break, and you'll buy new ones. Yeah, I mean it's a consumer society. I've got all these old files and stuff.
Nice.
Dude, build over buy.
Dude, we need a workbench like this at the studio.
So if you're wondering how we locked in this clock location, I worked with a company called ratpal.com, the Airbnb of locations. Basically what we did was did a little research, found the clock shop, and RatPal was great in getting their profile set up, coordinating the whole schedule to make sure we can get in and get out smoothly for our shoots. If you're ever in a bind and looking for a location, definitely check out ratpal.com.
We've been getting a lot of people hitting us up about electric skateboards. Oh, sweet. But like the boosted board, this one is flexible. Looks a lot like the X-Way. I think this one, honestly think this one's gonna be better quality. It goes real fast. Apparently. Whoa, dude, it's...
Space. I'm in space!
Ah! Can hold my weight. That's good. We gotta charge this up, dog. Not send us a remote. Little baby power. Well, right away I can tell that this isn't as responsive as the boosted board or the X-Way, but we won't really know until we take it out on the street.
How do you compare to this one?
We're about to find out.
Are you ready?
I don't know.
But the wheels on it are falling apart.
Wake up those shoulders, buddy.
Dude, get loosey-goosey.
Loosey-goosey. Check out this sweet Sennheiser microphone we're going to use today. It gets more of the deeper side of your voice Beautiful.
You used it yet?
Yeah, we use it on the vlog when we use the GH5.
Oh yeah.
And so if we shoot 16:9, we're able to put end cards at the end of the video, the things that you can click on.
Yeah.
If we shoot on a wider, more anamorphic looking aspect ratio, we cannot put end cards on a video.
What?
YouTube does not support it. That's why when you watch Tiny Guns, it has black bars on there at full screen, rather than actually being properly full screen.
I thought that was the whole point, was we were gonna try to get the anamorphic look.
I am. Part of that is having the bokeh properly, which it already makes it look very interesting. It looks, everyone's gonna go, oh wow.
Oh wow.
Being able to just ride for several miles, walk into any store or restaurant carrying your vehicle, you never have to worry about parking.
I do have to worry about falling and hurting myself though.
Oh, you get used to that. Yeah, the Serpent W.
Ooh. Yeah, look at the braking.
Oh God, no! How many boards do we have now?
I've got a few.
It has a longer tail so you can turn it, but this braking is dangerous. You can't brake on it.
I mean, that's gentle and nice. For a man like me.
Now it's on eco.
I'm on my way to get a sandwich. I don't know about this. I don't know about longboards in general.
You need to go to a boot camp.
I could actually.
Longboarding boot camp?
Yeah.
Don't touch. Don't touch it. Dude.
It's like touching another man's wife.
Alright, so
Gosh dang it. Dude. That's some clock push-ups right there. By the way, did you do your 45 for the day? Yep. You did? Yep. Good.
Every day.
For the rest of the year.
Jake's gonna be jacked.
Wait a minute.
So it's a game we have going on.
It's called the
I
game of
think,
life.
no, I think it has something to do with this word right here.
Yes.
we also have this fun shot right here. We're gonna start with them. Let's just run the scene. Here we go. So that's 4 setups. Door busts, captain setup, Justin setup, Ron setup. Then we're over here. We're with Jake. We have 4 setups down here.
A little AD work. Alright, Carmichael, let you clear. It's on Sam.
And 3, 2, 1, action! Now, the charming leader adored by the nation.
You remember what Sam did?
He almost broke the camera. Sam has a way of communicating that isn't always clear with everyone else.
Hey Sam! Hey! Which direction? Do you want me to blast the light?
Blast it over here!
Alright, I'm gonna put my scope on that.
Blast in the direction from my dictation. Where you hear me dictating, I want the light blasting.
I'm acting, so I'm focusing on acting. Sam's with camera, Carmichael's helping him out, getting lights and stuff set up, and Sam just stops and he goes, uh-oh, I'm about to make a boo-boo. And we're like, what?
We don't have a spreader for the tripod, so each time we set it up, unless we're outside in like dirt or stuff where the little spikes, the little hooves, whatever you want to call them.
Because the tripod is not... Yeah, we don't have a spreader and it doesn't have feet. It was on concrete, slippery concrete, so, you know, it slipped out.
Slips. I put it down, I was like, you know, this is probably gonna slip, and then it slipped and it fell over. And
it was like a lifetime between the moment that I saw it falling and the moment when we stopped it from falling.
But it was all good, or so I think. Unless this is like another one of those like, oh, so here's the funny part, Sam. The camera's actually broken because of that. You just never noticed.
Fortunately, the camera barely scuffed the table. Carmichael, didn't you grab it?
Yeah.
Carmichael grabbed it just in time.
So what was on the tripod?
The camera, the red, the lenses, one of the Sigmas. Did something get prescribed?
Oh yeah, and that's the best. The best part is that we had prototype Cinema Prime lenses on there from our friends over at Sigma. It's not a ton of ways to recreate those.
No.
Oh, well then, so what?
Here.
You dropped the camera.
Whatever, so what?
You dropped a $50,000 camera with an experimental prototype cinema lens.
Yes, I know. I don't feel that bad about it.
You don't feel bad about it?
I mean, I knew it was gonna happen. I literally said right before it fell, I was like, this is probably gonna go bad. And it went bad, and it's like, I'm sorry, I'm not more surprised. But like, the surprise was ruined the moment I set the tripod down. And I knew the situation I was getting into. I mean, I feel bad a little bit after the fact, because, you know, now I'm caught in the act, and this clip's making it onto the internet. And so, like, I am a little ashamed. I guess in the future I shouldn't let it happen.
In those moments you don't really think, you just kind of react on instinct. Knowing that I was too far from the camera to do anything. I just watched. It's like watching a train wreck.
Here I'm gonna give you a little bit more of an in-depth review of what I do and do not like about each of the boards. What I do not like about them is that they are not the one wheel. What we have here are two different electric skateboards. One is called the Serpent W from a company called Quick Wheel. The other is called the Backfire Galaxy G2 from Backfire. They were crowdfunded. We got early review copies. They are both hub motor wheels, meaning the motors are inside the wheels. We've been seeing that a lot lately. They're both relatively affordable boards. I think the Serpent W is like $500 or $600, and the Backfire 2 board is like $400, pretty good. Compared to, say, a boosted board, which is like $1,600. So it's literally a quarter of the price. Honestly, I'm quite impressed with this board, not gonna lie. What I want in an electric skateboard is I wanna be able to go at least 20 miles an hour. Now for range, bare minimum, you gotta have 10 miles of range. That's my opinion. Ideally, you have 20 miles of range so you can go really far distances or just not charge that often. For me, the rule of thumb is I wanna be able to go 20 miles an hour for 20 miles. I have one complaint about this board, and that's the braking is a little too sensitive. It almost knocked me off a couple times. It's like, how do I describe the braking? A little too harsh up front. The initial braking is a little too harsh. It kind of like jumps on you really quickly. So the moment you kind of just even tap the brakes, it's like, it slows down so fast, so quickly that you're just like, ugh. Which fortunately can be easily done with just a quick little firmware update, updating the software and the S-curve of the acceleration profile of the motors. I have a lot of mixed feelings about the Serpent W. Here's the thing. The thing is super heavy because the whole thing is made out of metal. What they're advertising this board as is a very safe board. They have lots of lights on it. Check out these lights. So we got white lights, and if you are accelerating forward, they kind of go back and forth, and as soon as you put on the brakes, red lights. See? Ready? That's really smart. Red, 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 red. That's actually pretty nice. It's nice to have lights on your board, as I've learned from riding the one wheel all the time. And it's even got a front light here. Boop. I mean, you can buy aftermarket lights to put on your electric skateboard. I really recommend Shred lights. Those are great lights. A lot of this sounds great in theory. The lights are cool and all, but honestly, at the end of the day, I don't care about that. I want performance in an electric skateboard, and this isn't doing it for me. So it does have the same top speed and range as this board over here, but this has like almost no acceleration. It's the slowest board to get to that top speed I've ever ridden. Floored! Problem with the Quick Wheel Serpent W is that the braking is so not sensitive, it's practically not there. There was at least twice when I did my test ride where I slowed down and I couldn't slow down fast enough and I had to hop off. It's a little sketchy when you're going over 20 miles an hour. Well, it's all electronically controlled with software, and I would like to have a lot more responsive braking out of this board. Having a handle on a skateboard is a fantastic idea, and I support that 100%. However, when your board weighs like 20 pounds and it's just laser cut out of metal like this, it cuts your fingers. The very first thing I would do would buy like that grip tape you put on like baseball bats and just wrap up these things here, because then you can hold it. This one, if you just throw on the brakes and you're not prepared for it, you're not like a seasoned vet or anything, there are two different drive modes. There's eco mode and sport mode. Eco mode being it goes slower. Sport mode being it goes faster and in theory has more aggressive braking. However, I've found that on both, the braking is just the opposite of aggressive. I do not know if Quick Wheel is doing that intentionally and they specifically designed that S-curve to have a really slow braking. If that is the case, I implore you to reevaluate that decision. So that's my review of the two boards. Here's the thing, if I had this board in college, this would have been the dopest thing ever. I hate being harsh on companies, especially when it's an addressable problem that you can change like with a software update. I do think it is worth mentioning that in its current, and I don't even know if this is final firmware at all because they haven't even started shipping these to backers yet. But I strongly feel that they need to put some sort of padding on the handles because I will not use the handles without it because it literally cuts my hand.
Everyone always says it's like watching a train wreck, but I've never actually watched a train wreck. So, I mean, has anyone watched a train wreck? Everyone always uses that term as if it's like second nature to everybody. Oh, it's like watching a train wreck. Oh.
Like I'm so hungry I could eat a horse.
God, so hungry I could eat a horse. I mean, but who's ever done that? Not me. Not me. If I don't do anything, this day is gonna be like a train wreck, so I better get to work.